Welcome to our in-depth exploration of the history of Haiti, a land with a rich and complex past, filled with triumphs, tragedies, and indomitable spirit. Today, we'll traverse the full spectrum of Haitian history, from its indigenous roots to the revolutionary battles, the impact of colonialism, and the challenges of modern times. This is the story of Haiti, a beacon of resilience and a testament to the strength of its people. Our journey begins long before European explorers set foot on the island of Hispaniola. The indigenous Taino and Arawak peoples were the original inhabitants of this vibrant land. The Taino, part of the larger Arawakan language family, lived in a sophisticated society with rich cultural traditions. They had a deep connection to their environment, practicing agriculture, fishing, and hunting. Their agricultural techniques included the cultivation of crops such as cassava, sweet potatoes, and maize. These crops were central to their diet and economy. The Taino were also adept at fishing, utilizing intricate nets and canoes. Socially, the Taino were organized into villages led by caciques or chiefs, who were responsible for maintaining order and mediating disputes. Culturally, the Taino celebrated a variety of rituals and ceremonies. They held ceremonies to honor their gods, the Zimis, which were central to their spiritual beliefs. Their art, including pottery and carvings, reflected their reverence for nature and their gods. While the Taino population drastically declined after European contact, modern research reveals that Taino descendants still exist, and their cultural influence persists today. The arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492 marked the beginning of a profound transformation for the island of Hispaniola. Columbus and his crew were the first Europeans to encounter the Taino and Arawak peoples. What followed was a period of significant upheaval. Columbus claimed the island for Spain, initiating an era of colonization that would forever alter the lives of the indigenous inhabitants. The Spanish introduced new diseases, such as smallpox, which devastated the indigenous population. Alongside disease, the Spanish imposed harsh labor systems, such as the encomienda, which exploited the Taino for their labor in gold mines and plantations. The combination of disease, violence, and forced labor led to a catastrophic decline in the indigenous population, although their cultural legacy would endure. In the 17th century, the island of Hispaniola became a focal point for European colonial powers. While the Spanish concentrated on their holdings in the eastern part of the island, the French began to establish a foothold in the west. The Treaty of Ryswick in 1697 officially divided the island, with Spain retaining control over the eastern portion, which would become the Dominican Republic, and France gaining control of the western third, known as Saint-Domingue. Saint-Domingue quickly became one of the wealthiest colonies in the Caribbean due to its booming sugar and coffee industries. By the late 18th century, Saint-Domingue produced nearly 40% of the world's sugar. This wealth was built on the backs of enslaved Africans, who were forcibly brought to the colony to work under brutal conditions. The French plantation economy relied heavily on this system of exploitation, leading to immense suffering and resistance among the enslaved population. The conditions in Saint-Domingue were harsh, and resistance among the enslaved Africans was a constant undercurrent. Throughout the 18th century, there were numerous revolts and acts of defiance. These acts of resistance were often met with severe punishment, but they also demonstrated the resilience and determination of the enslaved people. One notable figure in early resistance was Boukman Dutty, a Jamaican-born enslaved man who became a prominent leader in the Vodou religion. Boukman played a key role in the early stages of the Haitian Revolution by organizing a major slave uprising in 1791. This uprising marked the beginning of a broader revolutionary movement that would ultimately lead to the fight for independence. The Haitian Revolution, which began in 1791, was a pivotal moment in history. Enslaved Africans and free people of color rose up against the French colonial regime, seeking freedom and an end to the system of slavery. This revolution was not just a fight for liberation, it was a struggle for justice and equality. It was the first and only successful slave rebellion in history, and it sent shockwaves throughout the colonial world. The revolutionaries faced formidable challenges, including a well-equipped French military and internal divisions among the rebels. However, their determination and strategic acumen were extraordinary. Among the key leaders were Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines, whose contributions were instrumental in the struggle for independence. Toussaint Louverture, born into slavery but rising to become a leader of the revolution, was a figure of remarkable strategic and diplomatic skill. Louverture's leadership was marked by his ability to unite diverse groups of rebels and negotiate with European powers. He was adept at both military strategy and political maneuvering. Under Louverture's leadership, the revolutionaries achieved significant victories. He implemented reforms in the colony, including the abolition of slavery and the establishment of a new constitution. Louverture also sought to build alliances with other European powers, including Spain and Britain, to strengthen the revolutionary cause. However, Louverture's successes were met with resistance from France. Napoleon Bonaparte, seeking to reassert French control over the colony and reinstate slavery, dispatched a large military force to Saint-Domingue. The ensuing conflict was brutal and marked by fierce battles and significant casualties. In 1802, Toussaint Louverture was captured and deported by Napoleon's forces. His capture was a severe blow to the revolution, but the struggle for independence continued under the leadership of Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Dessalines, a former general under Louverture, was a determined and charismatic leader who rallied the revolutionaries and continued the fight against the French. Dessalines' leadership was characterized by his uncompromising stance against colonial rule and his commitment to achieving independence. Under his command, the revolutionaries scored a decisive victory at the Battle of Vertières on November 18, 1803. This battle was a turning point leading to the eventual Declaration of Independence. On January 1, 1804, Haiti declared its independence, becoming the first Black republic and the second independent nation in the Americas. The declaration was a historic achievement, symbolizing the triumph of the revolutionaries and the end of colonial rule. However, independence came at a high cost. Haiti was forced to pay reparations to France, an enormous debt that crippled the new nation's economy for decades. Despite these challenges, Haiti's independence was a beacon of hope and inspiration for other movements for freedom and justice around the world. The country's struggle for independence and its role as a symbol of resistance against oppression had a profound impact on global history. The early years of the Haitian Republic were marked by political instability and economic hardship. The new nation grappled with issues such as the integration of formerly enslaved people into society, the establishment of a functioning government, and the management of an economy devastated by years of conflict and exploitation. Haiti's relationship with foreign powers was often fraught with tension. The country faced diplomatic isolation and economic embargoes, further exacerbating its difficulties. France's demand for reparations left Haiti financially crippled, creating long-term consequences. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, Haiti experienced periods of political turmoil and economic struggle. The country underwent a series of changes in leadership, including a number of coups and revolutions. The political landscape was often unstable, with frequent changes in government and ongoing conflicts between various factions. In 1915, the United States intervened in Haiti, leading to a period of occupation that lasted until 1934. The U.S. occupation had a significant impact on Haiti's political and economic landscape. While the U.S. implemented infrastructure development and financial reforms, the occupation was widely viewed as an imperialist imposition, sparking resentment among the Haitian population. The U.S. occupation left a lasting impact on Haiti's political and social dynamics. Resistance to the occupation was strong, with many Haitians viewing the intervention as a violation of their sovereignty. Despite some infrastructure improvements, the occupation entrenched economic inequalities and set the stage for ongoing instability. Following the end of the U.S. occupation, Haiti entered a period of relative stability, but continued to face political and economic challenges. The mid-20th century saw the rise of François Duvalier, also known as Papa Doc, who established a dictatorial regime marked by authoritarianism and human rights abuses. Duvalier's rule was characterized by a combination of political repression and populist policies. His regime relied on the Tonton Macoute, a feared paramilitary force, to maintain control and suppress dissent. The Duvalier era had a profound impact on Haiti's political culture and contributed to long-standing issues of governance and instability. After François Duvalier's death in 1971, his son Jean-Claude Duvalier, known as Baby Doc, assumed power. The younger Duvalier continued his father's policies, although his regime faced increasing opposition and criticism. In 1986, popular protests led to his ouster, and Haiti entered a new era of political transition. The post-Duvalier period was marked by a series of democratic reforms and efforts to address the country's economic and social issues. However, Haiti continued to face significant challenges, including political instability, economic difficulties, and recurring natural disasters. In recent years, Haiti has confronted numerous challenges, including devastating earthquakes, political unrest, and economic hardship. The earthquake of January 12, 2010, was one of the most catastrophic events in Haiti's history, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The international community responded with humanitarian aid and support, but the recovery process has been slow and challenging. Despite these difficulties, Haiti's resilience and the strength of its people remain a source of inspiration. The country's rich cultural heritage, including its vibrant art, music, and traditions, continues to shine through even in the face of adversity. Haiti's history is a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy, struggle and strength. From the ancient Taino and Arawak peoples to the revolutionary leaders who fought for freedom, Haiti's story is one of remarkable resilience and enduring spirit. The Haitian Revolution, the establishment of the first Black Republic, and the country's ongoing quest for stability and prosperity are testaments to the courage and determination of the Haitian people. As we reflect on Haiti's past and present, we honor their journey and their contributions to the broader narrative of human history. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Haiti's history. If you found this documentary insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Together, let's continue to learn from and celebrate the stories that shaped and continue to shape our world.